What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Just wanted to hop on here and talk about my personal top 5 arm wrestlers on the planet right now. This is going to be right-handed. I might make a left-handed video as well if that's something that you guys want to see, but I'm going to start at number 5 and work my way up. I'm not 100% on the list. I think that all the athletes on the list deserve to be on the list, but maybe number 4 could be number 3, and so on and so forth. So there is a little bit of room for movement. This is just my personal list. So starting out with number 5 on my list is going to be none other than Devon Larratt. So Devon Larratt, I know some of you guys might hate me for putting him this low on my list. Last time I made a top 5 arm wrestlers on the planet video, a lot of people hated on me because I didn't include Devon, but I do believe Devon is on that list right now. I don't believe he's quite at the level as the guys that I'm going to mention after him as far as higher up on that list, but I could be proven wrong come May 29th, so we'll find out. But Devon Larratt, of course, everyone knows him. He is one of the greatest arm wrestlers of all time. Don't get me wrong. If this was a of all time list, then Devon would rank higher than number 5 for sure. But this is a current time list, and I do believe that Devon has gone on a little bit of a decline over the last few years. I don't believe that Devon has achieved the same level since 2011 when he was, I believe it was 2011, either 2008 or 2011, when he was ranked 1 both arms. I think that was the peak of Devon, and I don't think that we've seen that since, and I don't think we're going to see it again. So number 5, Devon Larratt. Number 4, and some controversy here, I'm going to put Dave Chaffee. Yes, I know Devon beat Dave, but my rankings are based off of 7x7 pads, WAF rules, things of that nature, and I do believe that under that, Dave Chaffee wins. I don't think that Dave loses a single match to Devon even. Dave Chaffee is one of my favorite arm wrestlers. He's so humble, but he is such a beast. I mean, nobody else in North America that I'm aware of has beaten Denis Saplinkov other than John Brzenk, who of course is retired. So he beat Denis Saplinkov. I think they're 1-1 if I'm not mistaken. He should have beaten Devon. I don't think that he really loses to anyone in North America in a traditional arm wrestling like WAF style, other than possibly Michael Todd, just depending on if it's a best of 3 or a best of 6. And a best of 6, I do give the edge to Michael Todd because of course Michael is fantastic at his move and endurance. But most recently, I know Dave beat Gennady 4-2. Dave looked very dominant in the first 3 rounds and his wrist started fatiguing. So I do think that that's his weak point. However, I still like that match that's coming up between Dave and Levan. I don't think that Dave is out of that match at all. I know a lot of people don't give him any credit, but I really think that he is one of the 2 North Americans that can give Levan anything at all. So number 4 on my list is Dave Chaffee. Number 3 on my list, I would have to put Vitaly Laletin. Vitaly is an absolute beast. He has a huge frame. He's super tall, something like 6'8". Fantastic technical execution in his move. I do believe that Vitaly has a huge upside right now. I believe that Vitaly is very, 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 very much capable of being number 1, and I think we're going to see him climb the rankings from where I put him at 3. Others may have him a little higher, maybe a little lower, but I think that we are going to see him climb into that number 1 spot. He's an absolute beast. He's humble. He seems like a great person. He's someone that I haven't met, but I'd love to meet, pick his brain a little bit, and see what he has to say about the top roll. I really, 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 like I said, I really believe that he can be that number 1 spot. I just don't think he's quite there yet. Over the next few years, we're going to see him put on some weight. We're going to see him put on some muscle, and we're going to see him get a lot stronger. And I think we're going to start seeing the switch into number 1. But right now, I think number 3 is a really respectable spot. Now, number 2. This is where I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for it, but number 2, Levan Saginashvili. Okay, I know everyone has him at number 1 other than me, and maybe 3 other people, but I don't think that Levan has earned the number 1 spot. In my mind, the only people that Levan has beaten are like Dmitry Trubin, Tim Bresnan, Kitargali Angarbayev, Vitaly. He has not beaten. Unfortunately, he had never got the chance to face the people that I tier a little bit ahead of that. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about people like Pushkar before he passed away. I'm talking about people like Denis Saplinkov before he had his health injuries. You know, these super mega elite. He also has never pulled any North American other than Tim Bresnan, who, in my opinion, Tim Bresnan is probably like number 5, 6 in North America supers. So Levan hasn't had to deal with any North Americans. Maybe I regard North Americans a little bit too high, but we'll never know until we see an East versus West matchup. So for that reason, I'm putting Levan number 2. I hope to find out, is he number 1? We'll see. Hopefully Igor allows him to pull some Americans, some North Americans, and we'll be able to find that out. Of course, number 1, I have Michael Todd, Monster Michael Todd. I do believe that he's the number 1 arm wrestler in the planet in a 6-round super match. I don't believe that he's losing to anybody. Michael Todd has never got killed in a super match, or I shouldn't say never, but at least in the last decade. Who has he beaten most recently? Devon Larratt, who I have at number 5. Jerry Caderet, who I would probably have at number 6 or 7. He's beaten Dave Chaffee in WAL, who I have at number 4. Michael doesn't typically lose. When he does lose, it's in close calls. 4-2, Audrey Pushkar. 4-2, Denis Saplinkov. So he's never getting killed. So he has wins on people that Levan never had to pull to get his spot. I really, really, really believe that Michael and Levan is the match that truly needs to happen. So we know who's number 1. But in my opinion, it is very much Michael Todd. However, if Michael somehow loses to Devon, which I predict Michael winning 3-0, if he does lose to Devon, then I retract it. Levan is 1, Vitaly is 2, and I put Devon at 3 and Michael at 4. That is kind of how I would restructure it. But as of right now, I have Michael, Levan, Vitaly, Dave, Devon. And that is, of course, where I'm talking about best, overall in the world, WAF rules, 7x7 pads, and best of 6. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is my list terrible? Am I just a stupid North American that doesn't know what he's talking about? Or do some of you guys agree? Anyways, I also wanted to say huge thank you to everyone. I just hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, which is absolutely just crazy. I started my YouTube channel just a few months ago. I've only posted like 10 videos or something, and here we are, already over 1,000 subscribers. So a huge thank you to everyone for supporting me. Thank you for liking and commenting and subscribing, sharing my content. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm going to continue to put out as much content as I can. If there's any type of videos you want to see me make, leave it in the comment section below. Thanks, guys.